it just popped up in my screen that I'm speaking for the very first time from somebody from Uzbekistan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So, you know what? Where Uzbekistan is? That's a very great opportunity to meet you.
it is. It is. It is indeed. And how long have you been using Episoded? And first of all,
I've been using it. I've been using this
yeah,
platform for about 3 or 4 days now, and I have met with thousands of Indian people so far.
right.
For yeah. I mean, Indian people. You are 1/7 of you know of the world population. So according to this fact, it's very commonplace to meet guys like you.
Right. And how has your experience been speaking with like Indian people?
Indian people, so some of them are very well spoken. Their articulation is good. They speak with, even though they speak with Indian accent, I
Mm,
can at least, I can barely understand some of them.
right.
And yeah, many of them are very good speakers with a pure Indian accent.
That's interesting. And by the way, I'll have to mention this. You have got an amazing English. All right. I mean,
Oh,
do people in
thanks.
Uzbekistan often usually speak as
I
good
would
as
say we
yours?
have to. No, no. I have to mention this. No, like youngsters may speak like me, who have been training English, who have been honing their speaking skills like me.
Right.
Because, like, imagine I'm a jeweler and I'm trying to, sharpen the edges of the brilliant, which
Right.
takes up a lot of your time. So yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, this is what made me curious that is your people like in Uzbekistan often speak such kind of
No,
an English, or it's you somebody have went extra
90,
mile?
99%, 99% of Uzbek population do not know how to even sound in English, even they are not familiar with what English is. As for me, I live in the capital city, and
Right.
considering this fact, I go to some good expensive learning centers, to
Exactly.
just,
That makes sense.
yeah. So that's why I would say it is my teacher who taught me how to sound, how to, speak eloquently in English language.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Now that you have got such a good English speaking skills,
Oh,
abroad
thank you.
for like your
Thank you.
career, any plannings to you to travel abroad? How is?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I mean, my question was, how do I pronounce your name by the way? Islombek or how it is?
You can call me Mustafa if it's comfortable. Mustafa.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
absolutely,
my
Mustafa.
nickname. It's my
Perfect.
nickname.
And my question was, Mustafa, like, are you planning to travel abroad for your career to get a job or
And
something in the future?
that's the salient reason why I'm learning English, why I have been hyper fixating on English. I'm gonna go overseas, which is USA, obviously. I'm learning the lingua franca of the world, which is
Right.
obviously English for this purpose.
And which country you have mentioned that you wanted to travel to?
USA,
USA, right?
USA.
Any of the specific city that you are very,
Washington
curious?
D.C.
Washington, the capital itself.
Of course. I live in the capital city. I'm gonna go to the capital city.
All right,
So yeah.
that's awesome. I like the energy, by the way. All right,
Oh,
I
thanks.
very
Yeah,
rare I
many
get
people
to
say so.
see exactly very rare I get to see such kind of an energy in terms of speaking and
Yeah, me too. Actually, your speaking is also very amazing. Like I have to mention this because 90%, I couldn't mention it because I was a little bit skeptical about your speaking, but yours is totally fine. Like 99% of Indian people do not have such, because I have met a lot of people and their speaking is so low. They barely speak in English, but anyway, at least they are trying to do it, right?
so see, I mean, usually I'm a kind of a person. Oh my God, I think we will get the time to extend. I didn't even realize speaking to you that we have only got like 2.5 minutes left. I mean, I
We
was
can,
like,
yeah, extend time twice.
right.
Twice. We
I
can
would I
extend
would
time
love to
twice.
do that. I didn't even realize that we have
Okay,
spoken
we
for
can.
like last 5 minutes. See, that is when you're meeting a good speaker, a good speaking partner, you don't even
Yeah.
realize the time and it just pass by, you see. And I'm a kind of a person more. I often look for people like you who have such a high energy. Having a person with a high energy automatically ignites me more as to become
Uh-huh.
energetic with my pronunciations, with my way of
Uh-huh.
speaking, and with more, open-minded questions to make the conversation more
Right.
amazing, right? And my another question was like, what are you looking in terms of your career perspective, like, going to the USA? Like, do you have any specific job role, like a specific industry you want to get yourself into the USA?
Well, as for my education, I'm 17 years old.
Right,
Come on, I'm 17 years old. I have my senior years ahead of me. I have to cover my senior years. Now I'm gathering some information, some applications. I'm trying to fulfill my application by doing
right,
extracurriculars and research and some internship programs. I'm gonna work for some companies for free, which is in relation
right.
to my own career, which is government concentration, like ministry stuff, business management, economics, finance. So yeah, all of them require math, and I'm gonna learn SAT. So the main reason I said Washington D.C. because Harvard is situated in Washington D.C.
Right. Well, you speak.
Harvard University.
I'll tell you, it's amazing. So you are like going with one of the top B schools, huh? And
Of course, one of the most three top schools, the toppest three schools, you would say, like
so
universities.
I was watching this series few years back. It was Suits.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever came across? I don't think so. You would, but if at all. So
What?
there is this web series, into the Netflix. It was about
Uh-huh.
Suits, like the Harvey Specter. So it was more of the corporate lawyers winning the cases and everything. I used to see that for practicing English to learn skills in terms of argumenting, the way you can argument or like way you can win the debates in English. And this is what I see the spark within you. So there was a character. So there's like senior
Yeah.
lawyer and then the junior associate. Okay, over here I feel like I'm that a senior lawyer, like who speaks
Oh
with a
yeah.
certain calm.
Really?
I mean, and I see you that super amazing, that junior associate with high energy, with detail oriented and with
Yeah.
high maturity, you
I
see.
am quite ambitious actually. I
Yeah.
don't know why I have those aspirations, but anyway, that's for good.
Exactly. Yeah, and I want to tell you, like, I want to understand what are your hobbies like apart from speaking. And on episode so far, how many interactions have you did? Like, how many sessions did you finish so far?
I don't do anything without purpose. I am talking to you, I am talking to people online because my IELTS
Right.
exam is on the horizon. I'm then gonna take IELTS soon.
Right.
And in fact my IELTS video conference, like my speaking exam is gonna be video conferencing,
Right.
which means I haven't got accustomed myself to speak people online, and I'm trying to do it, I'm trying to get used to it. I am more of a guy who speaks in person. I like to
Right.
feel people, but my speaking exam is not in person. So I am using this app for like temporarily. I'm using this app temporarily. I will leave this app. As for my hobbies,
Uh-huh.
well, I really like to fulfill my application with a lot of extracurriculars. I want to be very good competitive, student. Like I want to beat a lot of students in terms of academics and other stuff.
Right.
Because Harvard requires a lot of things, a lot of things. I like to write my personal statement, like essay, 650 words,
Right.
prerequisite it is. So yeah.
I'll have to say one thing. It takes a different level of energy to carry for yourself personally, for somebody to dream to go into the Harvard. I see that spark very naturally within you. Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm very happy for your future. I mean, we need people like you. We
Oh
need
yeah,
the
thank you.
youngsters like you. Okay. I have a question for you, by the way.
Thank you.
So, like,
What?
I mean, what's the coolest thing, being a teenager in Uzbekistan right now?
What coolest
What's the
thing
coolest thing
about
about
being a
being a
teenager?
teenager in Uzbekistan right now?
Well, we have a lot. I don't know about. I'm not responsible for the whole Uzbekistan, but I know about only my capital city. There
Right.
are a lot of good learning centers that you can acquire a lot of knowledge about whatever you want, whenever you want.
Right.
And my learning center helped me to assimilate knowledge about English and SAT. I'm learning SAT too, which is prerequisite for, which is required by Harvard also. And
Right.
then the coolest thing about being a teenager is that you're overloaded by opportunities. You are overloaded by opportunities. You just have to be a teenager and learn
Right.
everything. You should take them for granted. Yeah. Uh, if
So
you just waste your time, squander on the internet, it means you are the stupidest person in the world. So yeah, something like that. You know what I mean?
do you use social media?
So yeah. No,
You don't?
it just wastes their time. Yeah.
Right. So apart from speaking, let's say if you're on the internet, how much of your time spends upon in terms of like consuming or like reading articles or probably, doing research?
I really like to read something in
Right.
English. I mean, I don't speak in Uzbek, my local language. I only
Hmm.
talk with my parents sometimes. But my because my peers are ambitious like me, we are really like each other, like to speak in English. What's more, I like to listen to podcasts,
Right.
especially iconic figures. They are like whether it be Elon Musk or
Right.
you know, or I like podcasts, in general,
Exactly.
because they help me to improve my listening skills. They have helped already. I don't need to
Right.
listen to podcasts much now. Yeah, that's what I do when I am online. Yeah.
I'll tell you. So I don't listen to much of a podcast in terms of the US culture, like US based podcasts. But if you're so much into the, watching podcasts in terms of, learning English or so, if at all, it gets your interest. By the way, there are like multiple podcasts these days, amazing ones. Tom Believe, you know, I don't know if you have
Yeah.
heard about the guy.
Yeah.
Tom Believe's podcasts are like really, interesting ones. He is leading one of
Mhm.
the US well-known figure in terms of doing a podcast. So you can
Uh-huh.
listen to him. He
Uh-huh.
brings in good influential people to his podcast. And apart from that, obviously, I like watching more of defense related kind of a podcast. So I
Mhm.
am more into the Indian defense. So I'm mostly watching the people from the Indian defense or the retired Marines, or you can say the paramilitary forces kind of a podcast. So I love listening about the weapons and everything. That's my personal interest. I don't know why, but I see myself very passionate towards weapons. Not now, but this is my future, like kind of a hobby. I'm definitely gonna do it. I mean, again, that's kind of a very weird to say, but I really like weapons. I would learn. I would get myself into trainings, like getting into myself personal trainings. I watched these videos on YouTube where you are going on trainings for like 15 to 20 days, and that's a hefty amount you need to pay actually. So that these are very expensive courses. You are learning day to day mortal call, like you're learning day to day hand combats, and as a
Mhm.
normal citizen, you are learning how to use multiple weapons in like multiple situations. And yeah,
Mhm.
these are certain my kind of a thing. So I grew up watching
Mhm.
movies like John Wick and all these people, right? So I'm very
Yeah.
fascinated with these characters, though it might not sound as interesting as yours because your topic, or like your preparation is altogether a different thing, in a different way. But just we are going
Yeah.
with our sharing our emotions and like kind of understanding about life, and we are speaking in English. That is why I'm just sharing mine.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. I'm all ears.
Perfect, perfect. And what else, I mean, if I talk about more, because you are kind of a person with a good, good orating skills. Tell me something about your youth. Like, I know, if at all the questions being asked by you, what do I think in terms of my India's youth? Okay, where it is going in a good way, and where are the things that the Indian youth, because something as a country or something as a globally, it is impacting or some or the other way, right? So for you, in your, or let's say even you in your friend circle, right? What are the things that you see that your friends are lacking behind, which you have cracked the code? Okay, these are the things that I need to stop. Like, you're not using social media for me to go ahead. Then my friends, or like to do something extraordinary, wherein your friends are not, it doesn't seems to they are understanding that thing. So what is that one thing or like two other things you would like to mention?
Well, the things that I don't like, but my friends like, right?
Right. A certain distractions,
There are a lot
okay?
of
A certain distractions which you feel
uh,
like you have got control over, but your friends not.
well, actually, I try to fend off distractions, but it's hard.
Right,
It really influences you because you are isolate. You are, surrounded by those people. So first and
right,
foremost, they are really into girls. In the capital city, girls usually wear so short or whatever it is, whatever you name it. But girls usually behave so badly that I don't like, and that's what gets the attention of my friends usually. Like as a they are immature, I understand it. They have
mm,
to have this kind of period but that's what I'm not interested in.
right,
That's the first thing. I just think that it's a waste of your life. I will have time to marry. I will have time to do whatever it is for necessary to live. To just live your offspring. But as for me, studying, building my career is the first thing because I know many Uzbek people who are
right,
unemployed, who are in poverty, and I think they should work in somewhere. And I want to build some companies in Uzbekistan. I want to make that people employed. You know what I mean? Like I want them to be living in a good lifestyle with high standards of living conditions.
right,
So yeah, that's one of my first ambitions. But as for my friends, I don't really much care about them, because
right.
everyone has different track of life. So yeah, yeah, I really want my the folks of Uzbekistan, to be wealthier. So
Right.
yeah.
I'll tell you, Mustafa, I started my career at a very young age compared to my friends, like at the age of 17. I dropped out from
Oh
college
really?
and I started
What's
working.
your what's your what's
And
your career?
I mean, well, as of right now, I own a business into the e-commerce. But like, apart from, keeping my things aside, I literally, when I was listening to you, you literally made me remember my days. And I was listening to you very carefully. And trust me, I don't say this. I mean, I've spoken with people from elder than us, but the level of spark that you had, I mean, you have all my wishes. Literally, you're gonna kill it, man. You're gonna crush it. Is what I know in your future. And we
Well,
need more
yeah,
people. We need
I think
kids
so.
more like we need guys more like you, as focused as you. I mean, I'll tell you what
Thank you.
happened is that always remember, I'm not giving you the suggestion because I don't think I'm the fit one to give you the suggestions. I think I should be taking the suggestions from you in terms of keeping the standards
No.
high. But
Well,
when you are really good at it, good at something, this is my personal experience out of life. When you are really good at something and when you are already ahead of a lot of people, from people around you or like from the society, nature, I'm not talking about people, but nature will test you up. Okay, after a certain period of time when you'll get into Harvard or probably you have achieved a certain level of success, that is when the nature will come to test you with your standards, with your
yeah.
perceptions, with your principles. It is how the life works. This is where the nature will test you to see how you value, how disciplined you are with your values that you have set right now. When the actual time comes in, how much of that are you applying it? In that case, let's be very honest, I failed to very extent. Okay, when I was initially, like when I was working in the company that I was working for, at a very young age I've become the youngest supervisor in my company at the age of 20. Okay, but somewhere or the other, the girl thing that you have mentioned, okay, and yes, I did got myself distracted into these unnecessary relationships that I shouldn't have had to. And I feel myself like I have wasted a lot of time in that case, in which you are not getting yourself distracted right now, and you have a very clear mindset that I don't have to get myself distracted. But I'll tell you, US is a country with full of distractions. Again, I know you will do really really good. You have all my wishes that you'll do good. Just letting you know,
Inshallah. Yeah.
just letting you know.
In this case, my religion comes to the fight with those things. I am quite an orthodox person, I would say. Like in this
Right,
case, like I'm really into religion, and
right.
that's what usually saves me from those girls. So yeah, that's the reason.
I'll tell you, this is something that I do not say very usually, but today I'll have to. I mean, which is something which is which is a reality, let's accept it. And this is something that the only thing that I like about your religion. Okay. I
Mm.
mean, no offense to any religion that I'm being said, but I have couple of friends. I also teach English over here in my country partially.
Oh, really?
And
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I have got my students as well from your religion, and then speaking with people over here. And it is just that you guys have some strong principles which you consider as more of a haram, right? Doing certain things, and to for a certain specific age, if that thing has been followed, like, it is something which is needed naturally for every human being. It is also there in another, our religion as well, I'll tell you. And it was originated from our religion of, like, honestly speaking, it was originated initially from our religion. We were supposed to be following this at our teenage times, but some way or the other, with time we lost the grip over it. The parents did not, passed it on from the generational wise in our religion. And I think that is where the result is, that we are lacking behind in a lot of other things with the basic principles of life. And this is something that I actually want to, I mean, I have noticed it in the past few months interacting with a lot of people from your religion. And it is, I used to feel earlier that it is only in our country. People in, other countries with this religion have a different mindset probably, but no, it's the same.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
if I analyze
But-
it, if I analyze the outcome of it, is it bad or good? I think it is good for a certain period of time
mm,
at the initial stage of your life. I don't think that this would be good if you be this, if you come up with the same perception when you've reached your 30s. You need to be open minded enough.
yeah,
You need to give yourself that
yeah,
experiences that as a normal person, as a society, within the society, you deserve. But in your initial stage of the career, like from 17 to 25 at least, this particular principles of life is like absolutely needed.
yeah.
And
That's imperative.
amazing, man, amazing. I think I had the most loveliest conversation with you on episode, and with
Well,
absolute
thank you.
intellect. Like you are the,
Actually, I have two actually. Yeah, yeah.
you have an
You are so
absolute piece of
astute,
intellect.
astute. You are perceptive. Actually, believe me.
Damn, man, that's the flow of energy. It happens when you actually meet. I mean, right now I don't know what to talk about. I'm like speechless because I am a kind of a person who's never out of
Yeah.
questions. I'm a kind of a person
Oh,
who is
really?
never out of, like, topics or to talk or anything. This is the
Well, well
first time.
spoken. I noticed it. I noticed it.
This is for the very first time I'm seeing somebody, and trust me, when I'm saying it, I know it. I don't say this to anyone, but you have given me a very wonderful experience. I mean, I just want to live in this feeling that I've met somebody today. Okay.
Hmm.
And
Thank
you
you.
gave me the
I
inferiority,
appreciate it.
man, but let's be very honest. You gave me the inferiority that I was under the impression. See, sometimes, it gets into over your head how mentally you are strong.
Mm,
So when you are achieving a lot of fame, when you are earning good,
mm,
to a certain period of time, ego is also a kind of a thing that gets into your head, right?
mhm,
You feel like you are the
mhm.
best and you don't really need more further improvements in your future and things like that. But I mean, we haven't got much time, so I have to tell you a
Shiva,
goodbye.
yeah. Thank
Take care.
you. Thank
Bye.
you.